The Doghouse Cup Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is today's all-American kitchen. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Shoney's guests can count on quality, delicious food along with warm, friendly service. Stop by one of our West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, and don't forget to take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to SimTrack's broadcast. And joining alongside me tonight will be Stellar Stella. She'll be joining us here in just a second as we are here at the Daytona International Speedway, where dreams are made, and sometimes that dream could be a nightmare. A lot of history has been set here, and I've got to admit, when Dale Earnhardt finally got his win here at the Daytona 500, I tell you what, he probably couldn't be a happier man on earth. Right now, we are seeing a couple of drivers out here, especially Christopher Simon in that 13, sitting 13th right now in the 27 Toyota, trying to pick up some more time so he can get a solid start position here, at least in the top 10. But we've got to see where these guys end up here on the night, as this is the season finale. And you've got to admit, Andrew St. Coeur missing the last two races was absolutely detrimental to his entire season here tonight. And right now, B-Mac out there already rooting on Andrew with the Twisted Axle team, Kevin, Gary, and Nicholas as well. These guys are going to be out there trying to get some better times. Christopher Simon does hit 9th place here. And Stella, talk to me a little bit about Daytona here and what we got wound up for us tonight.
Well, as always, I will give you the stellar experience. We've got 2.5 miles of lovely asphalt with 31-degree turns, 18 degrees in the tri-oval, and 101,000 people watching. Watch your pit speed, gentlemen. It is 55 here.
Alrighty, well, we'll definitely expect that many viewers out here watching, as well as Tyler Mollett is asking for a good race tonight. He's right now sitting third during qualifying in his 94 Chevrolet. He's hoping we can give a happy birthday shout out to his mother, Sheila Mollett. Appreciate you out there. Hope you're having a better birthday than some people out there, because right now I'm hoping your birthday gift with Tyler Mollett coming away with a win here tonight. He could definitely use one. Andrew St. Coeur sitting 5th as we are coming up. Qualifying has ended here. The boy is going to mash it all together. So let's see if we can get this one going here, as I guarantee everybody, locked and loaded, drivers meeting is going to commence here in just a moment. And now the drivers are going to get lined up. And boy, this is definitely going to be a great race tonight. Let's take a look at what we've got lined up for you. Cold temperature out there on the track, looking about that 67-degree mark. Yuck. I can't, that is not exactly a temperature I would love to see. But a few things have changed here tonight. We're running 70 laps, 3 sets of tires down pit as normal. Here's the key, is that 100% fuel limit. So guys are not really going to be basing a lot of their racing style tonight on the normal 60 to 70% that these guys do run. Of course, no fast repairs in this open setup league. Patrick Morrison here is your lead producer, and Stella as our broadcaster. I do want to give another shout out there to Next Level Racing and Shoney's of West Virginia for sponsoring this league. Drivers getting locked and loaded here down pit road, and I've got to admit, some of these guys, Stella, you got to be nervous. Hunter Simpson's able to show up here tonight. That's great. Tyler Mollett, Andrew St. Coeur has been on hiatus lately. We got a lot of big names out here, and right now I'm showing about 21 drivers getting ready here for Daytona.
21. That's not a bad turnout. It doesn't come close to the record, which there was, I think, 63, 64 cars back in the day. So we can fit a whole lot more on here.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to see if they can keep all 21 drivers on the track, because it is going to be ever so crucial for these guys to get this one going. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup here for tonight. Kevin Thompson and Jonathan Jennings. Excellent front row starting spots for both these gentlemen. Jennings is looking to take his second championship away here in the Cup Series this year. Moving on, that puts us with Tyler Mollett starting 3rd, Mike Leftwich is 4th, Andrew St. Coeur, Twisted Axle, another driver there, sitting 5th, with Hunter Simpson on his outside. That's going to be tough, seeing that number 5 has really been on a roll when he is able to be here. Nicholas Atwood will be 7th. On the outside of row number 4 will be Daniel Wilkerson. I believe right now has at least a top 5 in the points. Chris Leftwich sitting 9th, Gary Maddu is 10th, Christopher Simon sits 11th, Tony Martin, new driver to us here. He's been kind of bumbling around here during this race season, is now starting to tip in with a little more attendance. Glad to see him out here. Let's move on to 13th position, where Bill Gentry's going to start, and Stephen Bonomo will be 14th. Richard Leclerc 15th, and Adam Gardner. Boy, we are 8 rows back. That's on the outside for him for the 56 machine. That brings us to one of our last drivers with the Twisted Axle Racing Team. He'll be starting 17th, that being Gary Clune. Eric Warman will be 18th. Duke Davis will be all the way back there in 19th. Kevin Brown's it will be 20th, and I am looking to see if Clune is getting the wheel here, as Eric Anderson looks like he'll be bringing up our final spot here on the racetrack. I am not showing Clune getting behind the wheel. I'm not sure if something's going on. 11 Ford seems to be in and out here so far, so BMAC, this might not be good here. If you're rooting on the Twisted Axle Racing team, these guys are definitely not sitting good already with a man down here. They're going to have to kind of go back to the drawing board and see if they can fix this up a little bit.
Yeah, they are. Elite Southern Motorsports right now is leading Twisted Axle in the team standings. So
sometimes here at the Doghouse Racing League, these guys seem to run away with it here in the here in the super speedways, which is really unusual for such a draft heavy track. You'll find a couple of drivers have different opportunities to work with each other and pit strategies, but I'm hoping everybody kind of stays clumped together, because I think all of our fans would love to see some door-to-door racing out here, as Kevin Thompson and Jonathan Jennings will get started on this one. Let's get ready. Barney in the flag booth. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Kevin Thompson getting a good start there. The Tractor Supply 91 Chevrolet getting a little slow. Doesn't look like Jonathan Jennings is going to be representing Caterpillar here tonight as they get taken off here for turn number 1. Definitely looking at a good squeeze here. Right now, Andrew St. Cour being the anchor here of that inside line, but have no fear. Outside line will come in as soon as it rubbers up, but how long can they hold on before guys start giving up? Kevin Thompson, Mollett, Andrew St. Cour sitting 1, 2, and 3. Jennings falls down to 4th. And that moves the 19 machine up of Nicholas Atwood already. 3 spots gained, and it looks like the 60 of Mike Leftwich. Ditching Jonathan Jennings here. Away they go, but Hunter Simpson going to stick with a teammate here and push the 91 ahead. Stella, this is looking good so far for lap 1.
oh, it does. I like to see a good fresh start, but we've having Jennings and Atwood there. They need that third partner to get them the good draft and moving forward.
Oh, yeah, Christopher Simon, White taking a peek at the 27 Toyota here, down on the inside line, waiting to see if Bill Gentry's going to help him out here. Notice the outside line starting to pick up some speed again as Kevin Thompson has rolled to the top now, and he is going to allow a couple of drivers to slide underneath him. Look how the outside line is moving here as the inside line has almost come to a screeching halt. 2 drivers from the Twisted Axle Racing team setting 1 and 2. Right now, this is the duo that you want to see here in the front, but I would be very surprised not to see Jonathan Jennings and Hunter Simpson coming into play here very, very soon. So Daniel Wilkerson, being the anchor of that outside line, might have to snug up on the backside of the 5 Chevrolet. So far, this race being in front with 2 Fords out there, and then Chevrolets all the way back to 8th place. So can these Fords keep out in front? We'll have to see. Stella, so far so good, as these guys are single file 1, 2, and 3. And by the time we get doubled up is next to Tyler Mollett, who's right now on the march back.
Yeah, they're looking good. These guys take it to a a next level race. I'm sorry, I just realized I was quite cliche there. But we got a little bit of almost 3 wide action happening. 111 is coming in. Oh, a little bump on the wall.
Yeah, something happened here in the back. Kevin Brown got loose. Kind of popped the wall there a little bit. The 33 Chevrolet gets the first caution here, out for the night. Only 4 laps into this one here, Stella. We already got 1 driver already with a good bit of damage to the right side of his machine. We'll see back on this yellow flag here, what caused it here at the Doghouse Racing League. Let's figure out what's going on. Remember, no fast repairs. There's this pop to the wall.
Right. Yeah, that's going to make a heck of a difference if it takes him a minute down to get that fixed, because aerodynamics on these super speedways does come into play.
Let's take another look at it here from a different angle. Looking to see kind of what happens to him here. Oh, somebody blinks. Who's behind the 117? Is that the 34 of Bill Gentry? Did you see what happened?
He was there, and I think he almost came back inside the 117.
But watch what happens to the 33 here. I think it net codes and hits him. See? It thinks the 34 is there. So the 33 of Kevin Brown is hit by a ghost vehicle of Bill Gentry blinking out there.
Oh, that's rude.
Holy cow. That's going to either change or ruin Kevin Brown's race here. For lap 5, down pit road he goes. Trying to see if he can fix this car up a little bit. Let's see if we can see. He might be able to fix it. We'll see. Right now he's sitting about 20 seconds in his box. Going to definitely be suffering a good bit of damage here. This will give us a good chance right now to take a quick look at our points chase here of the night. Where everybody lines up. Jennings, Simon, Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Cour, and Daniel Wilkerson. Right now we're sitting 1 through 5. And Jennings has taken off. The past 2 races that St. Cour has had the lead. Has kind of cut the legs out from under him here. But I'm sure he enjoyed his vacation, but he's going to be hard at work again, seeing if he can run Jennings down. Jennings right now is actually sitting back a little farther, sitting 4th. He's lost 2 positions here on the night. But we are not even 10 laps into this one, already our first caution. Now, I've got to admit, guys are going to bunch up again. But pit strategy's already coming into play, starting with Mike Leftwich, Chris Leftwich, Christopher Simon, Tony Martin, Adam Gardner. I believe Gary Clune was actually able to get back out there. Eric Anderson and Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown is still sitting in his pit box, minute and a half here. Not looking good for him.
So people are already starting to change tires at this point in the laps.
Actually, fuel top-offs. The only people changing tires was Chris Leftwich with a 15.32, and I'm sure he didn't mean to click those.
Oh.
To have those down. Right now, everybody doing that fuel top-off, and this is an excellent opportunity, too. If you were already bumbling in the back of the field, now's the time to come down and offset pit, everybody. You'll be able to last just a little bit longer out there, as draft-heavy as this track is, and this is going to be perfect. All right, let's take a look back out there in the chat. Looks like Viper27 saying, let's go Atwood and St. Cour. Oh, yeah. B-Max saying, go Andrew, make your mother proud. Ooh, mama's out there.
I was going to say, getting relatives into it now.
Yeah, and Sean Thompson out there rooting on Kevin Thompson. Go Dogs.
I don't know if that's fair, talking about somebody's ancestry.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Go ahead. I'm sure you're going to have a little something to say about a Georgia Bulldog fan out there, but we'll keep it to racing. We're a little farther south here in Florida at Daytona. Definitely a hot track, but not tonight as the track is cooled down just a hair. And I'm sure these guys wish it'd warm up just a little bit until these tires tack up. I'm sure this is going to be a little tough, but it's interesting to see how that inside line took off so well. The one who's lost the most positions here so far of the race is Mike Leftwich in the 60. We saw him being the first one to bail from sitting behind Jonathan Jennings, which is unusual. I expect him maybe might work with him there and keep it going, but it did create an air pocket, and the outside line started turning and burning there, so that actually went really well. Kevin Thompson would love to get a win here on the night, as he has been kind of slumping a little bit lately. Hasn't really gotten any wins as of late. Stella, do you have a stat? Tell me a stat of how many, who has the most wins here at Daytona. That would be a good one.
At Daytona? That's easy. That's Richard Petty.
How many?
Let's see. I had that. Let's see. He not only holds the record for the most wins, but also for several other records at Daytona. Let's see. Most starts, 74. Top 5s, 28. Top 10s, 37. Top 20s, 48. That is a lot of starts. If you have that many starts, it's no wonder you've got the most wins, huh?
Alrighty, the NASCAR Encyclopedia speaks. Speaking of Kevin Thompson, I was saying he was looking for a win. Last time, actually, Kevin Thompson got a win was back at Darlington, which was race number 2 here of the season. And we were talking about Jonathan Jennings getting so many wins. He's actually got, from what I'm counting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here on this season. He has won the last 3 there at Pocono. He raced the Back in Blue 180 at Michigan, and he won the Shoney's 110 at Watkins Glen. Now, tonight, We got to figure out who's going to win the Simtrax Broadcasting 175 here tonight. Is it going to be Kevin Thompson? Is it going to be Andrew St. Court? Or is this Super Speedway going to surprise us with a new driver? All right, Justin McMahon out there. Yeah, buddy. Can't believe you're not out here, but man, definitely appreciate you tuning in and going ahead and giving us a piece of your mind out there. Pace car is off, and Kevin Brown is taking it to the garage. Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Cour, away we go, back under green. Here we go. Nicholas Atwood sitting right next to the number 12. I'm sure St. Cour would love to be able to slide down and get behind his teammate here, but who's going to hold on? Hunter Simpson in the number 5, sitting on the bottom underneath Jonathan Jennings. So a couple of teammates sliding around a little bit. And Kevin Thompson, I think, doing the right thing, sliding to the top here. But that is going to give up the lead to Nicholas Atwood as he slides into the number 1 spot. 5 machine of Hunter Simpson starting to make up some ground, but watch St. Cour. He knows how to push. Here it comes. Right down the backstretch here, Stella. This is looking pretty good here as the number 21 holding on, but St. Cour is sliding across his bumper. Hate to see him spin out his own teammate here.
Yeah, I hope they're communicating well because he took a little bit higher line, I think, than St. Cour was expecting.
Yep. Oh. Getting ready to begin lap 9 here. Hunter Simpson wants to get around Nicholas Atwood. It seems Nicholas Atwood might have put too much tape on the front of his car as it seems to be hitting the brakes. Andrew St. Cour is kind of finding that as an opportunity. The 21 and the 12, regardless, backwards or forwards, there's a palindrome for you. They're sitting on the outside line. 63 of Gary Maddu sitting behind. Maddu actually up 4 positions here on the night. So everybody's gained positions except Kevin Thompson, who in the top 5, who remains in the lead but does not, drops back down to second, and Jonathan Jennings, who's down 3, sitting 5th. But Jennings looking to push his will here, getting close to Hunter Simpson. Atwood to the top. Oh, Kevin Thompson's not going to be happy about that. He's shoving the 19, and St. Cour's got to back off. Or otherwise, he's going to cause a huge accordion effect here. Excellent racing here in the front row. So far, so good. Kevin Thompson's waiting to find when he can squeeze down, and I think he's going to cut off Hunter Simpson. But no can do as lap 10 is underway. Heading through turn 1 and 2, we're taking a look top side here. As the front row consists of Hunter Simpson and Nicholas Atwood. Second row looks like it's got Jonathan Jennings and Kevin Thompson, and Andrew St. Cour sticking his nose in there, trying to get a little farther into the top 5. But where does Jennings work out here with the Elite Southern Motorsports team? 91 Chevrolet giving a good shove here, trying to see if he can figure out if he can get Hunter Simpson on the roll again. Now, Stella, we see guys running in the front of these lines, so much air to the nose of these cars. Have you seen guys set up for these cars to lead, or do you see guys set up cars to draft?
Most of the time, I mean, they're ready for a draft. I think sometimes they get out front, and the next thing you know, they're like, "Oh no, I'm in the front. I'm in the front. I'm in the front. I don't know if I want to be here." but they're finding their place right now. Just surprised Kevin Thompson's backed off. He was pushing Atwood really well, but that outside line has just died.
Yeah, right now it looks like Kevin Thompson got a little squirrely out behind Nicholas Atwood. Atwood definitely seemed to let off the gas there a little bit. Thompson got out of shape, and that has allowed the inside line where Tyler Mollett sits now 3rd. Now he's rolling on back to 5th as the outside line starting to pick up again. But this may actually work if you consider what happens during this situation is Kevin Thompson sits back a little bit, gets that aerodynamic bubble, gets a good shove from Andrew St. Cour, and now Kevin Thompson able to come with a lot more force than he normally does and is able to shove the 19 back to the front. So they are back in the chase again. 19 machine on the way out of 2 here. Here it comes. Nicholas Atwood out front. I'm sure right now, if I guarantee if the Twisted Axle team can get broken free in front of Hunter Simpson, they're going to slide to the bottom and then move around Nicholas Atwood. There they go, down to the bottom, and now the 63 is going to follow along. Gary Maddu doing a great job there. Jonathan Jennings seeing if he can bleed off some speed. Excellent move here, and right now you are seeing textbook racing here at Daytona. Guys going back and forth, but Jonathan Jennings toward the top, loses a little bit of air, gets some fresh air to that motor, and now Hunter Simpson and Jonathan Jennings to the outside again. So here we are, another battle here in the top 5. We normally rotate through the entire field here, but right now this is where the action is happening as Hunter Simpson has moved himself up to 3rd, and Kevin Thompson has got to have his spotter on point here because that 5 machine is moving. Little door draft, take a little off there. Now watch the 91. 91's going to be the key here. It comes with a boatload of speed. Boom. Pops him right in the back. Gets a nice breath of fresh air and trying to get Hunter Simpson back up to speed. But where does the 94 of Tyler Millette Chevrolet come into play here? He's got to keep on the roll. Let's see if we can get on top of his car here and take a look at everything he's seeing here.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out why Andrew St. Cour just lost a ton of speed. Almost gave them the two on the outside lane enough room to come down.
Gonna take a look here, right off Tyler Millette's side. Ooh, man. Interesting moves here from the drivers as we get guys bunching up again. Right now, I guarantee you, Nicholas Atwood is white knuckle right now because Kevin Thompson is trying to fold his rear bumper into the shape of a U. The 21 machine just keeps hammering away. And if you kind of consider it here, Stella, right now, yes, Andrew St. Cour may be the anchor here. Tyler Millette being the third guide. And if he can remove a little bit of air off that second car, it'll allow these guys to pick up speed. And then one in second, who's second in line, is able to actually cruise. And he's got to be careful how hard he pushes the one in front of him. But being ever so careful, the reason why is you see when Andrew St. Cour backs up a little bit, he's trying to help bleed some speed off the 21 there, or otherwise the 21's going to put too much push into the back of Nicholas Atwood, and Atwood could end up sideways, and boy, you got too many guys close together ready to smash each other to pieces here as they shoot down the backstretch. So far, Hunter Simpson and Jonathan Jennings sitting 1 and 2 as the outside line finally coming into play. And so far, so good. We'll see if they drop down to the bottom. Right now, Jennings is kind of questioning what Hunter Simpson is doing. Simpson now still staying on the top. So what decides to happen next? I'm wondering if they're going to have a little conversation here as they are now driving away. Has a 0.3 second lead. Tyler Millette trying to roll him in, and I guarantee you, watch Kevin Thompson. He's going to be over the radio telling that 19, get the hell out of my way. I got to move.
Yeah, you're talking white knuckle on these drivers. I'm white knuckle on my chair.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far as we shoot down the backstretch way yet again. Tyler Millette is sitting third. That moves right now. Daniel Wilkerson sitting sixth. But the inside line is falling apart here. Outside line starting to rubber up a little bit. This is working fantastic already. Track temperature still 67 degrees, 66 in the air. The wind doesn't seem to be much of a factor here tonight, but that cloudy temperature is not going to allow the track to heat up much hotter than what it is now. Let's keep on going here as these guys shoot past to start lap number 17. This is looking awesome here for Jonathan Jennings to come away with the season win. He would need almost a DNF here tonight for Andrew St. Cour or Kevin Thompson to reel him in and end his streak of championships so far. Right now, Hunter Simpson, Jonathan Jennings, Tyler Millette's in 1, 2, and 3. And we have got guys trying to figure out if they can mash it all together. Where in the world is Christopher Simon back here? Look at this inside line coming up, bunching up together. Boom! Nice little shot there to the back of the 113 of Eric Warman. Boy, we turned to that just in time here.
Yeah, he lost 3 places with that move.
Well, I find what's interesting is these guys were actually separating a good bit back, about 0.8 of a second back. That back bunch is now caught back up, and we are now 2 wide all the way from 5th place on back. At least back to the 15th spot as guys are jamming and bumping and jamming here. And St. Cour goes from 2nd place down to 10th. Welcome to Super Speedway Racing here, Stella.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. You get out of line, you lose that air or that lack of air, and phew, off you go.
Oh, yeah. Hunter Simpson, winless this season, looking to see if he can capture his first win. Right now, he's in the perfect spot to get that as he sits first. Jennings second, and the Elite Southern Motorsports team has all top 3 rotating on back with Daniel Wilkerson as 4th and Stephen Bonomo gaining 9 positions out here tonight, sitting 5th. So Gary Clune moves up 11 positions, and remember, I thought he hadn't taken the wheel. He's able to regain, look like something may have happened out there, and he fought to get back onto the track. Atwood, who led some laps here, drops down to 7th, battling for 6th here. Moving to Kevin Thompson, who's 8th. Adam Gardner, 9th. And St. Cour trying to see if he can hold on to 10th.
Well, it's good to see Clune did make it on the track for grid, because there he is, and in 8th place right now.
Yeah, notice how Kevin Thompson squirts away there, slides up in front of Clune. Clune allows him on through. Excellent move there as Thompson uses the 19 machine of Nicholas Atwood that he's been praying to get around, finally gets around him here, and that only pinches Andrew St. Cour into the pile as he gets lost deep in this race. Only 20 laps into this race so far, Stella. We've got guys sliding all over the place. I've got guys losing 6 places like St. Cour. I've got guys 15 and 11 places down. Mike and Chris Leftwich. They've lost some positions, obviously fell way off pace here, as here they are. Back here, 1 and 2, so there may have been some trouble back here as they are now stranded by themselves. And guys who have moved up a bunch. Eric Anderson in the 45 Ford. He is up right now 8 positions. Bonomo up 6. Adam Gardner up 9. Gary Clune, biggest mover of the race. He's up 13 now as he sits 4th. Outside line, that's the reason why. Here he comes shooting down the backstretch here, and he's trying to see if he can get going. But backstretch, absolutely not. They're moving fast enough there through the front stretch to begin lap 21 as Kevin Thompson gets the lead here. Hunter Simpson may be on the march back. So Jonathan Jennings got to kick in the high gear again. Looks like everybody's setup is good and tight here tonight. Nobody getting loose and smacking any walls here. Just one issue of some net code out there is unfortunately taken and put Kevin Brown into the garage. So far so good as drivers continue on. Bill Dretcher was the 34 that was blinking right now, hanging out in 8th place. If you want to talk about a bad time to blink or a bad place to blink, that would be it. Right now here in that back in that 8th position, that's where he is. That 34 machine sitting on the outside.
Yeah, I sure hope that doesn't happen again. I think Brown should ask NASCAR for his entry fee back.
All right, couple of drivers trying to get some fresh air out front. I might need some. I'm yelling a little too much into this mic here. I'm sorry, running out of oxygen here in the room. As we got drivers sliding all over the track. Hunter Simpson regains the lead here as he gains 5 positions here on the night. Thompson looking to see if he can get it back, sitting 2nd. John Jennings is now 3rd. But where is Gary Clune? I love it. Elite Southern Motorsports inside line, Twisted Axle on the outside line. Now, where in the world did Andrew St. Cour go? All the way back here in 14th. Man, he is just trapped right now, still behind Nicholas Atwood. And Atwood's starting to scratch his head, wondering what in the hell just happened. Why is he rolling backwards? So, Daniel Wilkerson on the inside. Here he is, starting to follow behind Tyler Millette. And Wilkerson actually been kind of quiet here, not making a whole lot of crazy moves. I'm sure he's thinking, hey, we're just now breaking over that 1/3 mark. You know, maybe we'll start pushing it with probably about, 15 laps to go. As pit road, I'm sure we'll start heating up here in the next 15 laps or so.
Is that where our fuel, well, it won't be fuel window. It'll be more tire window tonight?
It's a possibility, seeing how some of these guys are able to fuel. And if they've been leading, if they're out front with a whole bunch of air to the nose of that car, they're having to fight a whole lot harder to get toward the front. Now, if you're somebody like Jonathan Jennings, who's right now drafting and sitting behind that 5, he may be able to last an extra lap or 2 as they continue on through this race. Oh my gosh, lap 23, and we are still side by side. Only caution here of the night back on lap 5 as we start 24. Right now, this is looking really great. Shout out there to Next Level Racing and Shoney's for sponsoring this season. As this season comes to a close with the season finale here tonight, I'm extra excited for everybody to go to the DoghouseRacingLeague.com, maybe join up, give these guys a shot, and be able to take a peek at their next season. As their next season, I'm sure, is going to be a doozy. Definitely that one will carry all the way into the winter, especially around, I believe, around December. I think they still got the schedule on the drawing board, so if you were looking to come out and race, give these guys a shot. They don't just do Cup, they also do a short track series and trucks as well. You can come out here and give it a shot, but you can go to the DoghouseRacingLeague.com and you can find out how to get there. If you don't know how to get there and you only know how to get to SimTracksBroadcasting.com, I got their link there as well. Say that about 10 times, as well as the rest of all their races that they've done this season. So if you like seeing a whole lot of Jonathan Jennings win, or Kevin Powell or Andrew St. Cour out here getting a bunch of wins, you can roll it on back and find out and watch them do it all over again. Let's keep going on out there in the chat. K-Doggy, appreciate you joining us out here, man. Definitely awesome job from these drivers out here tonight. Love seeing what we've got going on here on the track. We haven't talked at all about the 56 Toyota of Adam Gardner, who was holding the lead there for just a blink of an eye. He's up 13 positions. Still hasn't beat Gary Clune on his 15 positions gained here, but now they're both tied for 14th. As you see that right now, the 56 Toyota, I guarantee, is like, how did I get here? I mean, this is crazy. He's been really working this entire field, and now Hunter Simpson's giving him a good push. So notice the 91, what he's doing here. This is going to be the key.
Well, he has been giving Simpson some serious chin music or heel music or whatever you'd call it. I mean, just beating him around on this last 2 laps. I'm very impressed that Simpson could hold it because he was, yeah, really sliding back and forth a bit.
Yeah, we'll take a look off the rear window here of Adam Gardner with Simpson hammering him here. Boy, you see the bump, bump, bump. Now,
Yeah.
what you get, guys, is guys who have not raced well or very long together. You'll see they only bump them on the straightaways. Last thing you want to do is hit somebody who's not ready for it on a turn. But that's what differed Jonathan Jennings from Hunter Simpson. As you saw, Jennings was hammering Hunter Simpson all the way around the turn, and that's how they started breaking away by over half a second there. So, interesting enough, you wouldn't believe the 34 Chevrolet of Bill Gentry is in the lead.
Yes. I was just kinda, I mean, no offense, where did he come from?
Yeah, he came all the way back from the 13th position as he had the lead down to 4th. Outside line kicking it in the high gear now. Kevin Thompson, Clune, and Matthew are now 1, 2, and 3. Outside line still prevails here most of this night. It does take a little while for them to collect and actually start working together, but right now I guarantee you Clune is going to stick to that 21 machine like glue here. Looking to
Oh,
see
yeah.
where some of these other drivers end up. St. Cour may have found a line he can start working with here. Outside line sitting 11th. Jonathan Jennings drops to 9th here. And it makes you question when guys start actually churning here and start picking up a bunch of speed. That outside line starts forming. They start getting rolling here. How come it doesn't stay? Why do they like, man, we are really rolling here? And then all of a sudden it comes to a screeching halt. It's like everybody is perfectly happy and everybody finishes. I mean, I can't say it's all door draft and it's all working here.
Yeah, I don't know. My thought would be somebody just gets a little, tickled the wrong way, and it doesn't take much to back off, and then you've got the whole accordion all the way back.
Oh, yeah. Talk about another driver who wasn't able to make it tonight, Michael Samia. He wasn't able to make it. I hate to see the number 3 Shoney's machine not be able to make it out here. I know there's a bright white car we're missing out there. I'm sure right now Mike and Chris Leftwich would love to have you, seeing that they are about 25 and a half seconds off pace. They are actually toward the back of the pack here, but interesting enough, those 2 guys did pit back on lap 5. So they may be able to stick it out there just a little bit longer on fuel, but that could actually be a really bad thing later on in this race, as they are still may only be the 2 guys out there on the track.
I think they're counting on a caution.
Yeah, to kind of reel them in. So a caution would definitely be super, super handy, but not, this is the Doghouse Racing League.
Yeah.
He's, to me, held a Simtrax broadcasting record of only 1 caution in 4 races. So it may be few and far between.
Yeah, that is super. That is very, very impressive. And so far, like you say, the only one they've had tonight was unavoidable. It was complete net code.
Yeah, and it really shouldn't have happened. But right now, we're looking at Bill Gentry now on the inside. Notice how he rotates up a little bit to stay away from the paint. And I think Hunter Simpson's kind of taking a look, but it's odd enough. You see the 5 trying to see if he can push Bill Gentry here, but I think Hunter Simpson is not expecting Bill to rotate up the track the way he is. You see him diving into 1. Look how high he is. And I think Hunter Simpson is a little concerned about him riding up, because normally this is when the outside line tries to drop down a little bit. So 2 guys may connect here. Boy, that's going to be close. And especially here at a super speedway, that is going to be super tight. But we see him flying across the line here. Kevin Thompson, Gary Clune, and Gary Madhu sitting 1, 2, and 3. Fantastic job by these drivers out here tonight. Looking so far so good, as the outside line still on a roll here. And this is looking great right now. I'm looking to see if Bill Gentry is going to be able to kind of square it down toward that paint a little closer and help these guys out that are sitting behind him.
Yeah, out of curiosity, can you show us some speeds at this point?
Yes, we can start moving on through. Let's take a look at Bill Gentry sitting at that 193 mile an hour mark. Yeah, as he gets rotating on through. See how Gentry how high he rotates up. Out there in the chat, Raiders saying the 5 is trying to push hard, dangerously hard, but can't hold the line enough to make progress. I think Hunter Simpson trying to shove Bill Gentry, but it's just not working out. As you see, whoa. Yeah, you see Gentry drops down a little bit, and I don't think the 5 is able to kind of get it going.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a possibility that Gentry is saying, please don't.
Yeah, I don't know if he's expecting the pushes. Let's see if I can float over top and see if we can take a peek of what the world is going on above.
So, I mean, I was seeing almost 200 miles an hour on a couple of these guys.
Yes. Bill Gentry was actually doing about 203 miles an hour out there on the track.
Wow.
Yeah, but see how Gentry, that's way up here, and once again out of shape. Here's the 5 giving the 34 a shove. And he's not getting him to move. It seems that somebody's hitting the brakes here. So there may be a way of them to kind of revive this inside line if the 34 goes up and begins the door draft to help Hunter Simpson out and then separate during the turn. That may be useful. I have raced at Talladega or Daytona before and actually single car, just me on the outside line, picked up 8 positions just by door draft. But it does take it takes a good bit of patience to work your way around and a whole lot of trust on the guy on the inside line. But the outside is holding up and still kicking it here. And I think Gentry wants Hunter Simpson to go around him.
I'm thinking 5's going to take the inside, straight up the middle. He's feeling it. He can taste it. He's just got to encourage Mr. Gentry to hold his line.
Yeah.
And he's going to right through there.
Well, the 5 and the 91 may link up here. The 5 may sit back enough to get enough of a aerodynamic boost, and the 91, the 5 would kind of 1, 2, 3, and then slide around. But if Gentry keeps sliding up on the turns here, that's not going to work out well. 34 drops off the table there. Watch the speed of everybody slinging by him. Gentry going from that 6th position all the way to the back of the line. That drops him down to 17th. Now, let's see where Hunter Simpson ends up. Appreciate Gentry doing that. As some of the drivers, if you're nervous, man, if I were him, check out. You know what I mean? Just go ahead.
Yeah.
That's okay, because last thing you want to do is spin out here in the front of this pile. And guys are pushing here, this being the season finale. This is it. Right now, Jonathan Jennings has to have a great finish here tonight to finish this one off and kind of stick a fork in it, if I do say so.
Yeah, I think
but
you could already stick a fork in it.
Yeah, he's got plenty of points, but we've seen crazier things happen of guys in the lead in points and then end up with a DNF just because of a spin out or some damage or some net code. So there still is a possibility of a whole lot of laps. I mean, we got guys leading laps. We got guys trying to lead the most laps, just trying to get every last bonus point to the end here. But as we talked about the points before, that may or may not be the shot here. All right, Gary Clune working his way. Kevin Thompson is around.
Oh, wow.
That would have been awesome if that was his pit box.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. But no can do, as he scored on the pole here tonight, so he has got to go all the way to the end. I don't know if...
I think he got clipped.
Yeah, I don't know if what happened to cause that. But we'll take another look at it.
Maybe he suddenly realized it was the 55 speed limit.
Yeah, heading into pit here. I don't know if Gary Clune may have clipped him, his own teammate, on the way in. That didn't look good. Let me see if I can find something a little better than that. There we go. 21, locking it up. Oh, no.
Locks him up.
Yeah, 21 couldn't get woed up enough.
Yep.
There you go. See, you like that little Jacob Reeves throwback.
Oh, God. Thank you.
All righty, let's go ahead and get out there as we see Eric Anderson, Rich Leclerc, and Andrew St. Cour now sitting 1, 2, and 3. Andrew St. Cour is yet to pit during this race. Eric Anderson came down on lap 5, and Leclerc has yet to pit either. So drivers down pit road now, already trying to squirt their way back out. Jennings, 13-second pit stall time. Interesting to see guys taking tires here.
You don't think, well, you think it's because it's cold, it's not doing anything to their rights?
No, I probably wouldn't put tires on here at Daytona. I mean, unless there was a Unless there was a caution, then I'd throw tires on. But I probably would just fuel up and go. These guys know better than me, as most of them and their pit stall times were pretty interesting. Let's see if I can find some of those times.
Quite varied.
Yeah. And what this is doing for the shuffle up of the guys down pit. So Gary Maddu had an 11.97. Looks like Tony Martin had an 11.25. But Jennings, Atwood, Gardner, these guys are in that 13 to 15 range on their pit stall times. So, yeah, something to keep in mind here. But a couple of the drivers right now, Leclerc and Andrew St. Cour, the Canadians out here, they got to come back down pit here eventually. They can't hold on much longer. Seeing they have yet to pit. St. Cour kind of sticking out there by himself. Pit road for him. Here he comes.
Coming in, though, at 39 and 40, that means that's it. They can make it till the end.
Yeah, he should be, but still a draft-heavy track. I just can't see him going out there and doing it by himself. So this pit stop has to be flawless here. He's got to be in and out. I can't wait. I would love to see just a fuel and go here and him be able to squirt back out. Right side's going on to the number 12, back down. Let's see if he chooses lefts. Oh, man, that's going to sling Andrew St. Cour down to 14th as guys are slinging by him at over 190 miles an hour. And we'll see this shuffle up once again. Mike Leftwich and Chris Leftwich, both those guys pit on lap 5. They're 30 seconds off pace now, and that's good. Looking like it's going to put Tony Martin into the lead.
All right.
Yeah, so far so good. As we hit lap 41, we're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back. The Doghouse Cup Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is today's all-American kitchen. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Shoney's guests can count on quality, delicious food along with warm, friendly service. Stop by one of our West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared, legendary breakfast bar. And don't forget to take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us for just a moment as we get a shout out there from our sponsors. We are under our second caution here of the night. Right now, I am showing Jonathan Jennings went off the track, and something happened out there, not looking good. Hopefully, we'll see if his car is salvageable out there. I don't know if we'll take a look and see what happened here, as it happened back on lap 40, and then the yellow flag came out. Jonathan Jennings, oh!
Well, hello.
Hunter Simpson is going to be down and out for the race. I guarantee that's the end of his. He's done. Holy cow. And I think most of our leaders just got hammered here. Let's see if we can take another look at it. It looks like maybe a bad push. Yikes. That's too high. Let's get another look here.
Nosebleed seats.
Yeah, it looks like Jennings maybe gave him a shove too hard. 9 comes down into Atwood and Clune.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Atwood looks like he might be able to save it. Hunter Simpson plows the wall.
Oh. Clune might be good too.
Yeah, Adam
He can
Gardner
get back in
squeaked
there.
through. Hunter Simpson trying to maintain here. Simpson sliding all over the place with the damage to the right. Clune trying to come back on the track. Hits Jennings. Hunter Simpson. Boom.
And that's where he loses it. Oh, Lord. No front left.
Wow.
Well, that changes things up a little bit.
Well, remember I said you can't count him as winning just yet because this is what happens later on in the race. This is where we saw him clumping back together. Hunter Simpson now sitting ninth. I don't know with the amount of damage that he has suffered here. Take a see if we can get a little bit of a zoom in. Right now I'm showing Clune down already, I believe, down a lap here. So is Kevin Thompson. They were looking to make it back, so right now their hopes of winning here may be done as St. Coeur sitting 18th, Clune 19th, and Kevin Thompson 20th. So Twisted Axel starting completely in the back of this field. Boy, oh boy, that is not looking good. As I think these guys, yep, there they are, trying to haul butt back around the track as they get lined up here to get restarted. It's going to put Tony Martin, Gary Madu in the front row. As the pace car lights are still on here. Wow, that shuffles the field up. Interesting, Jennings able to maintain a top 5 start here.
A little bit.
Yeah, that is pretty wild. That is pretty wild here. All right, Douglas out there in the chat saying, "What's up, guys? Sorry you couldn't be here. I heard Mr. Douglas Ross who normally joins me, is fallen down ill. Well, not fallen down literally. He's fallen ill.
Yeah.
Well, what he's fallen from here is definitely he's got to be down for the count. So we hope the best out there for Douglas Ross and his quick recovery. Wow, Stella.
Yes.
Alrighty, out there taking a look. Hey, doggy, battling it out here with Stella. The pace speed is 60 out there on the track. Let's see if we can find what's going on here. Right now, everybody is putting around about that 70-mile-an-hour mark. No. Alrighty. There's Daniel Wilkerson sitting in 7th. Sitting back here. K-Doggy. Say he's practicing pit stops a lot before the race. Come on, K-Doggy. Bro. Alright, well. This one kind of chalking up to be an interesting one as we have broken over the halfway point. And we are going to clump these guys back together and try to see if we can get them going here. And Chris and Mike Leftwich really have been thrown what, Stella, you here we go. Easy. All right. The things that you throw out, those little inner tubes that keep people afloat in the water.
What, like lifesavers?
Yeah, there you go. They've been thrown a lifesaver. Because life preserver is what you wear.
Mm-hmm.
So a lifesaver. All right, so somebody threw them a couple of those floatable donuts out in the ocean here, and they're able to reel back into the pile.
All right.
As they have fallen off and way, way behind, and the guys who were in the lead have now fallen laps down here.
It is interesting to see number 27. Is that Christopher Simon?
Yes.
Because he is the closest to Jonathan Jennings being second in the point standings.
Yes. Right now he's pretty close, and Mike Smia out here rooting on his his Shoney's teammates here. So you got Christopher Simon sitting in 8th, and we got Mike and Mike Leftwich hanging out back here as well with Chris Leftwich, and we'll get these guys back underway here. Green flag is out, and away we go. And this is an awesome time for Gary Padu to go ahead and lead some laps. I think he's going to have Jonathan Jennings pushing him to the front here right off the bat. We'll see if Tyler Mollett and I believe Christopher Simon, if they decide to join him here. No, man. Mollett sliding in behind right now, sliding in behind Jonathan Jennings here. It looks like Padu. In the 63 Ford, he's going to be heading on back as they have definitely caused a huge gap here. Oh, man, we're already shuffling with a 3-wide condition. Look at the speed the inside line's getting here with only 25 laps left to go.
Yeah, they are cooking, and they're cooking with gas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, for the Simtrax Broadcasting 175 here, this is going pretty well. Only a couple of cautions here on the night. One at lap 5 and one at lap 40. That was definitely a couple of drivers working together, but didn't work as well together. I would want to note that Hunter Simpson is actually sitting 11th, possibly with not as much damage as we would expect. Clipping the wall that many times, kind of mashing his car over pieces. We'll take a look at the car now. I'm interested to see, Stella, how he's managing to stay competitive here after how many times we saw him, bite the wall there.
Yeah, I thought I saw him basically put his engine up into his cab, but it's and with no fast repairs to be able to pop back out that quick was pretty surprising.
All right, well, we were talking a little bit about K-Doggy out there, and K-Doggy is Kevin Brown, who is the 33 machine who's taking it back to the garage. Remember the one from the victim from the net code?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I feel so bad about that.
Yeah, K-Doggy, let us know out there. I know you've taken it back to the garage. How substantial was the damage, and how much time were you given to fix that thing? Seeing you were unable to return back to this race. See, Hunter Simpson is able to return, and so was, I believe, Gary Clune was able to return to the race as well. Clune, he's a little bit off pace here, but he's on a roll. 19th position, but he's up here in the top 5.
Well, and Jennings is in the top 10, whereas Thompson, who just kind of spun out on pit lane, is a lap down. Man, oh man. I know. And I'm kind of, you don't hope for another caution, but I hate seeing guys laps down. So Clune would end up, if there is another caution, getting the lucky dog around and having the opportunity. Hunter Simpson back up here in 5th place. I mean, what in the world is happening here? How do we have the guys who were involved in the last caution right now sitting 5th and 9th? And Gary Clune up here in the top 5 as well, but he's still a lap down. Oh, no.
Yeah, that would explain his comment before. I thought he was saying something about a blown engine. And I was like,
yeah.
He said, yeah, blow the motor, no hard feelings. I thought he was telling somebody else to go blow the motor. See, that's what text messaging gets you. I don't get it.
You just don't get the right accent on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, I guess so. 21 laps to go here. This race being led by a Toyota for once. Adam Gardner's to be exact. That 56 machine finally getting back out front. He's getting some help from Gary Madu in the 63 Ford, and that is going to move us to our 3rd place. Skipping over Gary Clune is a lap down to Hunter Simpson, who's right now lining himself up for another podium finish. Stephen Bonomo is sitting here in 4th, and Nicholas Atwood, whoa, boy, that looked like an ugly move there by Hunter Simpson. Atwood now sliding from 5th to 4th, moving on through. Let me tell you right now, Kevin Thompson and Gary Clune got a chip on their shoulder here as who's going to get their lap back if a caution does come out. Because once is about 8-10 laps to go. I think the gloves are off, and we're going to see guys doing a little more than pushing.
Yeah. Well, what do they say? Oh, it's a give and take. It's a give and take until the last 5 laps, and then it's take it all.
Oh, yeah. Heading to the line here. Look at the 21 machine taking a look around Gary Clune here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to squeak on by him. 91 Chevrolet at Jonathan Jennings on the outside behind the 9 of Stephen Bonomo. So not too bad here. Ooh, boy, man. I think that's what gets me is when it gets later into the race and this track starts rubbering up, these guys just start sliding all over the track here. And so tight seeing how close they get to each other and how do they squeeze it all together. But Stella, I think, you know what I haven't done in a long time? I haven't done a crank it up session for anybody out here. So we're going to actually give it to about 15 laps to go here. And then we'll go ahead and let you guys get the sounds of NASCAR here. We'll let you crank it up and we'll slowly bring it on back. Everybody, we are back. Hope you guys were able to get a little sounds of the NASCAR as everybody's screaming around the track here. We are back under caution here, lap 54. Looks like Christopher Simon may have been involved. He drops all the way down to the 18th position. That should move Gary Clune on through, back onto the lead lap. Let's take a look and see what happened to Christopher Simon out there on the track. Oh, no.
That'll do it.
You know the worst part about that?
The secondary hit was netcode?
No, look who gets him. The 13 Shoney's machine. And who hits him a second? Boom. The 60 Shoney's machine.
Oh.
Oh, all three involved.
Maybe that was a tap for good luck?
You've got to consider right now, that is terrible right now. Here for Christopher Simon. I've got to see Mike Leftwich here and see what in the world this looks like from his angle. He flies through the infield here.
Detailing the infield, yes.
Yep, landscaper's not going to be happy about that. Boom! Oh my gosh. Tyler Millette just saw his life flash before his eyes there. All right. Drivers down pit road. Christopher Simon down pit road. Kevin Thompson, Tyler Millette, Mike Leftwich, Andrew St. Coeur, Bill Gentry. Down pit. Might be trying to offset it here. Thinking there may be another caution here during this race. I like the call. If you kind of lap down or you're behind, why not?
Yeah, it's going to get pretty tight here in the last 15.
Oh, yeah. Right right now. I got at least 18 people out there watching. Guys, go ahead and blow up that chat. Tell me what you think we got going on. This is the season finale of the season 2 here for the Doghouse Racing League of 2023. We're going to get locked and loaded and squared up, ready for these guys. For the next season here in the next few weeks.
Let's see. Puts us back with Atwood, number 19 in front, 56 of Gardner. Maydew, 63 is in third with Davis. We've got a lot of new names up here. 85. Leclerc is back up here, 117 in sixth. And seventh are our usual suspects. Eighth, Bonomo. What?
No, just looking at what Kevin Brown is out there saying in the chat. He said thank you for the broadcast. He said this year we're doing a great job. So, oh yeah. Come on, Stella, give us a little more juice to the top 10. Give us some juice. It's the last one of the year. Come on, just boom. Like who's in the lead? Who get us down to 10th.
Okay, we've got Atwood followed by Gardner, Maydew, Davis. Leclerc keeps jumping back and forth with Simpson, who's right after that is Bonomo, Jennings, Martin, and they've shifted up so many times that I would almost think they have choose cone rules, but Anderson is still in 10th place.
Oh yeah. Pretty good here so far. Right now, Adam Gardner is up 14. Duke Davis is up 15 positions. Leclerc is sitting around that 10, 11 positions gain. As the pace car lights are out, that should be the end of hopefully the cautions here of the night. I'm sure anybody out there rooting on their teammates here, they should be able to have another go at it. We'll take a look here. Actually, I think is showing all drivers on the lead lap.
All right.
Interesting. So that means Kevin Thompson has another chance to win this thing.
Yes.
Let me tell you right now, that 2140 being back here, he's going to be the man on the move. So we'll see if Kevin Thompson can lay it down here. Get this going.
He's a contender.
Oh, yeah. Now, right now, he would have to hope Jonathan Jennings comes dead last here. Jennings sitting 7th.
Doug Ross is out there.
Guys and pancakes and strawberry pies. I swear. All right, let's get this back under green here.
Okay.
Nicholas Atwood. Away we go. 13 at the line. 19 machine back into the lead. Madu sitting second. That moves us with Adam Gardner shifting around. Look how guys are already shuffling to the back of the field. No time to wait now as these guys are, as this thing is boiling down, and this 2-mile track is about to get a whole lot busier. Jonathan Jennings, 7th place. Now he's trying to reel in. Notice who's up top right above him. Hunter Simpson sitting 5th. So we get close to the wall here, shooting down the backstretch. Where do these guys end up on this one? Right now, the 117 trying to make something happen here. Richard Leclerc will be following the 63 of Gary Madu. Madu waiting for the 117 to give him a heck of a push here. But Atwood, super happy. Only 1 and 2 are behind him. But here comes Madu. Madu with a bunch of speed here, gaining 7 positions. Looking for 8 to put the 56 Toyota behind him and then look for the lead. Inside line has all the opportunity here tonight to get a win from the inside line, but from what we've seen, 90% of this race, the outside is where it needs to be. Atwood tries to come down on the 63, almost makes contact. Look at the outside line kicking into the next gear. Picks up another 5 to 6 miles an hour. Right now they are running 198 miles an hour out there on the track and continuing to pick up speed. Duke Davis showing up here tonight, sitting 3rd in the 85 Chevrolet. You see him there on the outside with Hunter Simpson sitting right behind him. Stella, this is looking really good for the drivers who have been in the back of the pack most here of the night, now getting a chance here in the front.
Yeah, get some of that fresh air, boys. It'll do you good.
Yeah, what you used to see is a couple of drivers when they get up front is to panic, but I want to rotate back just a second because I think we're heading 3 wide. Kevin Thompson, full send here on the
Oh,
outside, looking to see if he can get any
oh,
help.
oh,
He's shot around
he
Gary
just
Clune,
stained it.
and that is it. It has hooked him into the wall. He is stuck.
Oh,
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 Kevin Thompson got all the way up to 11th and got hooked into the wall.
man.
All right,
Do
let's
it again. Do
yeah,
it
let's
again.
get back up front here. St. Cour up the center. Here he comes. Holy cow, right now. He's trying to hold it. Let's see if he can keep the 111 toward the top right now. St. Cour wishing he could come up with a little more boost here to give him some more
There we
speed.
go.
Let's take a look off the front nose here of Andrew
Clune's gonna
St.
help
Cour.
him.
St. Cour, here comes the speed again. Shooting it on through the center. I love to see it. Right now, Clune to see if he can hold along with him there as the 111 machine is stuck on the outside of Tony Martin. Martin seeing if he can hold off St. Cour, but keep a straight line. St. Cour not interested. 63 of Madu bumps him. Here we go. Andrew St. Cour all the way from the deep teens, now sitting 7th, continuing on. Now the 9 machine blocks him here. Stephen Bonomo not happy about that. St. Cour is going to give him a little fender for that move there. Now let's get the 9 moving. The train has started on the inside line. Now Hunter Simpson, yep, out of his mirror now, moving on to the next. Bonomo now up to 3rd. Andrew St. Cour looks like he's not even lifting here, and we got 10 to go, Stella.
Oh my goodness! I want to stand up and watch. I can't even sit down. Go!
Right now with Kevin Thompson about 6 seconds off pace here. He's going to have to root on Andrew St. Cour, who's is super nervous as Bonomo and Atwood almost make contact as they come into turn 1. Right now we are watching our top 5 drivers of Atwood, Bonomo, St. Cour, Adam Gardner, and the number 63 of Gary Madu. But here comes Jennings on the outside, seeing if he can get a little more juice. 63 machine pushing St. Cour. St. Cour gets close enough to Bonomo to get Bonomo clear of Nicholas Atwood. Atwood may start falling back here if Jonathan Jennings and company did not reel him in. Hunter Simpson on the roll back now as he sits 12th. Interesting enough, you saw Hunter Simpson sitting 5th. Now he's 12th. St. Cour wants the win here tonight. I don't think it would be a hell of a return to see him do it after 2 races off. And Jonathan Jennings taking win after win after win. If St. Cour can come back and at least kind of put a finger in his eye, you may have won this one, but I'm going to get the win here tonight. St. Cour has the lead. Atwood looking to work with him. Here's Bonomo is going to watch him drive away here as St. Cour definitely loves the speed he's feeling. Let's take a ride along here with Andrew St. Cour as we take a look back at the rest of the field.
But look at them go. Madu's helping Bonomo on that inside line, and off they run again.
Right now a good turn here by Andrew St. Cour is needed as they come down the front. This might be the kind of finish you're going to see right here at the end. Stephen Bonomo is out in front. Gary Madu battling alongside Andrew St. Cour. So 1 Toyota leads this one, and 2 Fords are side by side. Rotating on back, Gary Madu is sitting there. Oh, Madu!
Oh no, don't come up.
Yep, Madu about to cause a whole lot of problems. Let's keep an eye on it. This is going to be nasty.
Oh, it's the big one. Oh.
Jonathan Jennings is involved.
Oh.
Gary Clune is involved. Hunter Simpson is involved.
Wow.
Whoa. 7 laps left to go here. We come up with our 4th caution here of the night.
Well, pack everybody back together, and they don't have choose cones, so we're looking at St. Cour and Bonomo on the front row.
All right, we're going to go back to this caution here.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Madu had something for this one. I want to see what happens. We see the 63 pushing Bonomo here. Oh, boy. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what happens here. 63 is trying to push Bonomo. And this is where we take a look, as I think he was trying to slide to the outside. Gets a breath of fresh air to half that motor, and it loosens him up. Up he goes. 117's got nothing to do, because he gets the aerodynamic bubble there. 63 trying to hold on to it here.
No.
But he's got it to the floor. Now here's the dagger.
Oh.
Watch the 113.
Yes.
This is where everything happens as they rotate up. 113 gets out of the way. 117 gets clipped, and look who's up against the wall. Jonathan Jennings hammered.
Heavens.
Holy
There's
cow.
pieces in the
Look at
field.
the 13 machine squeaking through. Yeah, baby.
Okay, this is a terrible thing. Where did Kevin Thompson end up?
Kevin Thompson right now is sitting 17th.
Okay. I thought he
He
was
is
far
back
enough
here with a
back.
whole bunch of damage. Gary
Oh,
Clune is around. That's Hunter Simpson sliding backwards again.
oh yeah.
The 13 machine gets away unscathed. We're going to take a look at Chris Leftwich again. Let's take a look at how he squeezes through this.
I was gonna say we could do an in car.
Of course we can. Just a second.
Okay.
Oh
Oh, you lucky dog.
my gosh. How did he make that? How
Very
did he
well.
make that? What an excellent move. Let's see if we can find a cockpit view of what he's got going on there. Oh, he does lose it. He gets clipped right at the end.
Yeah, but look, I mean,
Again. Let's take a look at this. I gotta figure out where he gets clipped. Right there. With Hunter Simpson.
ah,
And Hunter Simpson, gosh, dog. That dude cannot get a break here tonight.
no, it's not a gwee. My.
Wow. So the big one finally happens. And it was the big one. It took at least 8 drivers on that one. St. Cour is in the lead. Last pit on 55. He's got plenty of fuel, and he took tires. It was about a 29-second pit stall time for Andrew St.
my.
Cour. But Nomo is up 12 positions tonight in the 9 Toyota, sitting second. Atwood is third. Adam Gardner will be fourth. And the only driver here in the top 5 is Eric Warman, who pit back on lap 55 as well. He's gained 13 positions tonight in the 113. So not too shabby. The 113 was able to squeak out of that wreck there. And drivers down pit road. Mike Leftwich, Eric Anderson in the 45. Richard Clerk looks like he gets hammered up there in the 117. He's destroyed for the night. Duke Davis has taken it back to the garage. Jonathan Jennings looks like he's able to piece it together, and so is Hunter Simpson. Now, once again, if I were in class, my hand is up, and I'm saying Hunter Simpson has been not one, but 2 spin-outs here, and remains competitive.
With contact, I would have to say he's paying his pit crew not enough.
And Gary Clune as well. Right now, he is not running a Denny Hamlin pit crew out there, so that is going to be a really good move here for the Elite Southern Motorsports team to get back at it. All right. Looks like the pace car lights are off. Number 12 in prime position. But he's got a lot of hungry guys behind him.
Oh, yeah.
And something tells me, if I were to guess, this guy right here, he's going to be our guy. Tyler Millette.
think?
Something tells me he's in the hot seat. That outside line's going to shift. He's going to move to the bottom, and it's going to be all over from there. Something's going to happen. So I probably would say Tyler Millette is going to try to see if he can pick just a little bit different area here and see if he can capitalize. And you said we were guys in the chase. Christopher Simon sitting ninth. So still, once again, another outside line starter here. So this could work out really well. Kevin Thompson sitting 12th. Now remember, the stones he had to take that outside line and almost sling it 3 wide. He'll have Gary Clune around him, so there may be a chance of these two going at it again. So we got Gary Clune and Kevin Thompson here in the back, sitting 12th and 13th, and we got Hunter Simpson and Jonathan Jennings sitting 15th and 16th. So they're going to do it again. Holy cow, this is going to be awesome. As we head to the line here with 3 laps left to go. Andrew St. Cour going to take it from the restart zone, and away we go. Barney, let it wave, buddy. Number 12 Ford out in front. He'll be chased down by a couple of Toyotas. Already some line shifting as we speak. A couple of drivers shifting back and forth. Nicholas Atwood can't seem to determine which line he wants. But that is going to cost him here. As look at where the 34, Bill Gentry, drops down to the bottom, uses his force, and he's going to pull up right behind Eric Warman. He's guys sling on by here as we take a look kind of from the outside from the spotter booth. 94, here comes Mollett down on the bottom. As soon as I said he clears, now Bonomo's going to see if he can give him a shove. Here does the 9. Can the 9 hold it here? Remember, anybody who was behind the 9 is how it happened. 3 wide is where we are now with Kevin Thompson sitting right here in the back. Kevin Thompson, here he comes. Trying to see if he can get some help, but right now, the 13 of Chris Leftwich leaves him hanging there as he's still stuck 3 wide back there with Gary Clune. 2 laps left to go. Andrew St. Cour's got to turn that vehicle into the size of a train car to keep Adam Gardner from slinging around him. Worst spot to be at a super speedway is on the is in the front. So Gardner less than 1/10 of a second behind him. Here's we're taking a look at Kevin Thompson getting blocked out by the 63 of Gary Madu. So the 21 says, not a problem, buddy. You want to block me? Hold on. Here it comes. Right now, these guys are slinging on through. Kevin Thompson update. 3 wide. Mollett shuffles on back. Now that's going to move Christopher Simon down to the bottom.
No.
Thompson on the inside. Here he comes. 6th place. Still moving. 5th. Door draft. Here it comes. He needs some help. Where's the 94? There he is, sitting behind the 21 as the white flag is out. Andrew St. Cour still has the opportunity to win this one, but Kevin Thompson is on a roll trying to run him down here. Where does Andrew Gardner, does Adam Gardner decide to pass him here? Huge hole opens up as it looks like the 111 of Tony Martin drops to the bottom. Martin's starting to pick up a little bit of speed, but now dies as the 21 just can't seem to give him a push. Already looks like Hunter Simpson around again, but we're going to stay with our front 5 here as Andrew St. Cour holding the outside line. This is going to be a shootout to the line. Where is Andrew St. Cour going to make it? Here it comes around the last bend. St. Cour looking to see if he can hold it off here. St. Cour holding the outside line. This is it. Oh my gosh, St. Cour got him. 40 thousandths of a second as Adam Gardner comes second. Nicholas Atwood is third.
And Thompson is spinning in the infield already.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Welcome back, Andrew St. Cour. Way to really put a fork in it here, man. That was exactly what you want to see. Him returning back from vacation, back to work, wins the race here. Awesome job and an excellent pit strategy back on lap 55.
Yeah, that this league makes watching fun. I mean, for those of us who can't, all we can do is watch. And when it's this good as far as racing goes, it's a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Hunter Simpson, after his last spin out, ends up in that 15th position. Jonathan Jennings ended 9th. What an excellent race this ended up becoming. Andrew St. Cour, fantastic run here tonight, winning the Simtrax 175. This was an excellent one. If I do say so myself, to make sure we sponsored, because this race was awesome. This was awesome.
He definitely put it into beast mode as he has on the side there.
Yeah.
That was one heck of a finish.
Oh, yeah.
Very close.
Now, plenty of landscape tore up today. He's going to go ahead and give it just a little more. Andrew St. Cour, the winner of tonight's race. What an amazing job here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our finishing lineup here. St. Cour, Gardner, Atwood. Kevin Thompson just missing a podium position at 4th. Tony Martin was 5th. Madu ended up 6th. Leftwich was 7th. Bonomo 8th. Jennings 9th. Clune was 10th.
My heavens. I was looking at your 94. Mollett.
Yeah, Tyler Mollett got tangled up in a wreck. And he sat 14th, but he was there. He had it.
Was.
He was there. All righty, everybody, hold on just a moment. I know we're holding on the edge of the seat. You can let go now, and we're going to run our drivers down and have a little chat and talk about the season finale here. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have caught up with our third place finisher, Nicholas Atwood. Man, you have been out front most of the night here in the 19 Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Talk to me about this race and how did you find yourself ending up in third place tonight?
Thanks to Beast Mode Performance and Team Watson, Kenny Copeland for building our sets. Built a fast one this week. We were able to just dominate 1 through 4. It just felt like super speedways fell in our lap this week. And they're a lot of fun. It's flat out racing. And that's what this league brings all the time.
How nervous were you when the spin out started happening? The big one ended up getting real close to you out there. I mean, how nervous were you that you made it that far in the race and it may come to an end in a blink of an eye?
Yeah, it's always that thought in the back of your head. You're just hoping you're outrunning it in your rear view. That's definitely not one you want to be in. It's just about surviving till the end. If you can make it till the end, it's rewarding.
Yeah, surviving to the end. I noticed you and Adam Gardner were working pretty well together out there. Was there anybody else you noticed, was an excellent teammate that you were able to work with out there as well?
Anybody in Twisted Axle, so that's Andrew, Adam, that goes to Kevin Thompson, Gary, all them guys that helped out with that. All of us were just able to link up and had a strategy, and we played to it, and it helped us out in the long run.
Oh yeah, well definitely you guys doing different pit strategies though. I noticed your last pit was back on 36, but St. Cour decided 55. I can't say make or break if that was the what determined for him to win this race. But we head in. This comes to the last race of this season. We head on into season 3. Is there anything you might be looking forward to, and will you be returning?
Yeah, I plan on returning as well. I think it'll be a great season next year. Kind of got a feel for the league. Jumped in about halfway through, so I'm very curious what a full season will bring, and just ready to compete with everybody in the grid.
Oh yeah, well these guys definitely bring a completely different caliber. I broadcasted a bunch of leagues, but this is one of the elites. Nicholas Atwood, congratulations on your third place finish. Give me your shout outs.
Twisted Axle, Beast Mode Performance, Team Watson, the Davis Brothers Racing, you guys up in the booth, Wilkerson for putting on the league, well, that's a big help, and everybody that tunes in week to week.
Yeah, I do want to thank Daniel Wilkerson as well. Man, it's not hard, not easy being an admin, but man, it's a lot harder than it looks. Nicholas Atwood, see you next season, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
All
For
right,
a half
guys.
a season, he's sitting in 20th. Yeah, he's found himself a comfortable place to race.
Yeah, well, definitely. He's and honestly, being able to find good guys to race around, that's always the key. And somebody who was pretty interesting to race around here tonight was the Scooby Doo Toyota of Adam Gardner. Adam, dude, talk to me about this race here. As you were the only Toyota here, actually in the top 5, to make it out of all these late race cautions.
That was fun. Yeah, I had a good time. I decided to do Cup Series part time this season, kind of take a break from the weekly grind a bit, just unwind, have some fun this year, and I can honestly say I've enjoyed the races that I've ran, and yeah, that was a blast.
All right. Well, we see a lot of drivers, not be able to make it out of some of these wrecks. I knew you starting actually back there in 16th position, especially around lap 5 where Kevin Brown ended up biting the wall there a little bit. How do you maintain calm, or is it just a super speedway that it's just luck of the draw how you get to the front?
Hey, I'd like to say there was some skill involved in it, but that I don't know if you noticed me sneaking through there when that wreck happened with, I think it was Hunter, Jennings, Clune, and the 19 Atwood, but I was the one right behind them. That all of a sudden the seas just kind of parted. So I'd love to claim skill on that, but that was just straight up luck. Other than that, it was just I came in with the idea of I'm just going to bide my time, take my time, have some fun. And, I got around some guys that I trusted and ran there, drafted with Nick and St. Cour and Gary Clune for a little bit. And then I got in front of Hunter and I was tried getting some pushes from him, but it was just a little too aggressive for what I was feeling at the time. So I ended up moving back up and out from in front of him and just kind of enjoying the ride, letting it come to me.
All right, man. Well, you come second in the final race here of this season. We move to season 3. I'm hoping we'll see more of you. I mean, you seem to be a pretty clean driver from what I've seen since you were saying part-time here. You know, are we going to see you full-time for season 3, and is there anything you're looking forward to?
I'm debating it, to be honest. I put some extra focus on the trucks last season and came up a little bit short in the overall big picture. But at the same time, had my best overall season, I think, as far as getting multiple wins, things like that. I do still have the little bit of bragging rights of being the Gen 6 first season Cup champion from here. So I get that in my pocket, and I think I get one of the few that has that car. But yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I don't know. It's just the next gen car is fun, but there's just some things I don't like about it. But we'll see. You never know. I may be full time. I may do part time. It's yet to be determined.
Okay. I know a couple of drivers do complain of the handling or any kind of downforce, and the cars seem to want to plow out there. Adam Gardner, congratulations on your second place finish. Shout out time.
Shout out first goes to my wife. Without her giving me permission to have some fun, I wouldn't be able to come on here and have some fun. I got to thank Daniel for going ahead and putting this on each week. He's I've been around since race 1 and season 1 and actually preseason even. And I will say Daniel's definitely been one of the most consistent, straight up guys that there is out there. And all the admins that he's got that do everything and handle stuff each week are great. All the guys that come out here and put on the races, without them, everybody doing their part and doing the right thing, it could very easily become a nightmare of a night. And the races that I don't run, I do sit back and I watch, and I enjoy watching them. And I pull from my people and things like that. I got some friends on here, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, Adam. Hopefully we'll see you return. I definitely like seeing people be able to throw their hat in the ring here with Jonathan Jennings doing as much winning as he does. 56 Machine Toyota of Adam Gardner. Congratulations on your finish tonight.
Appreciate it. I'll have a good night.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody.
Thanks his wife first. Not only is he a smart driver, he's a smart man.
Oh, man. Well, I see a smart man now. Let's go ahead and grab a hold of him. He's going to be kicking himself now about that vacation. I hope that vacation was worth it there, Andrew.
Yeah, it's that's a tough one. Knowing and I came back tonight really with the mindset I wanted to finish the year strong, knowing I gave up a lead and in the overall points, missing 2 weeks. But it's it's what you do in the summertime, and you do your family vacations, and it's going to happen again next year. And anyway,
Yeah.
it's just the way it lines up in the season with the schedule with the racing, right? I mean, it's just is what it is. But pretty pumped, and we had the mindset tonight to come out and really kind of finish the year on a high and the season, and start next year with some momentum. So.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Dude, this race, you were kind of bumbling around in the back, but whose call was it for you to come down and pit on lap 55 so late in the race?
I had 30 seconds of damage. So I knew I had damage, so I had to come into pit and fix that. It was nose damage. If you noticed on the restart before that, there was a big checkup, and I ran into, I think, Bill in front of me, and I knew I had quite a bit of nose damage. He ran into the car in front of him. And of course, where we couldn't drop, you can't step out of line to make a pass before the start finish line, and we lost the draft. So when we lost the draft, and then I think what was it, 57, 58 when the caution came out? I can't remember when the next one came out, or 55. That was it. That's one you're referring to. I was pretty thankful when that happened because I knew I had damage to fix on my nose, and at that point I knew it was go time after that. So.
So some well-timed cautions tonight worked in your favor. I've got to know, as a teammate of Kevin Thompson, who was on a raging charge here at the end, dude, what was the radio chatter like between you two?
Well, there was a few of us in there, but the mindset was to get him to the end, and if we get him to win, great. But he knew he had he only had 3 points on Simon, and the idea was to just try to finish the race strong and stay ahead of Simon and finish the race and actually just finish the race. So, but if we could have got him out there to get a win, we would have. But we have a growing team at Twisted Axle. We have Adam, who finished second, Nick, who finished third, Kevin, and also Gary Clune. So there was 5 of us now. So next year that'll be official for you guys, just so you know. But it was nice tonight having that group of teammates to work with, and it made a big difference. Really got to call out the performance by Gary and Nick the last few weeks. And Gary, I know, and Nick have been really looking for that first win. They had a great run tonight, and Gary got caught up in a couple incidents. But I can't wait to go back and watch your guys' broadcast to see Gary and Kevin racing their way back to on the lead lap. That was from near the back of the field.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty exciting to watch, and I know they were awful excited in Discord talking about that. So it was a lot of fun this season, and it's a great group of guys. And I want to congratulate Jonathan for the championship this year as well. So.
All right, man. Well, what are you looking forward to heading into season 3? I mean, we're gonna be able to come away with the season championship at the end of this one, because not only are you guys battling for one championship to the next, but remember, we also have an overall, and I know you're tumbling around there in the top 5. So I mean, talk to me about kind of the mindset of how we're gonna get the teammates and what you're looking forward to this next season.
Yeah, I think we just gotta really, we really, I think in this league, you got to get a couple wins. I mean, you can't get through a season without, if you don't get a couple wins, you know, how strong Jonathan is. And, you know, when Hunter's out there, and I don't want to discredit anybody else by forgetting them, but, you know, we got Justin, there's a few guys, and Kevin. Um, if, if you're not getting a couple wins, you're probably not going to be in contention for a championship. And that's a couple wins at a minimum. And you really got to be in that top 5. There's strategy that comes into play. You know, you're trying to lead a lap of race, you know, to get that 5 bonus points. Knowing that a lot of it happens very often in this league where the person who wins a lot of times leads the most laps. So, you know, they're getting the bonus for the win and the most laps led. So they're getting that bonus point for a lap led is super important. So I think really just trying to get those top 5s, get the bonus points when you can. And hopefully there won't be any vacations that conflict with my race schedule.
That's for certain there, buddy. All right, well, shout out time. Your turn.
Yeah, thanks for the great broadcast, and it was a lot of fun this year, and looking forward to having you guys back next year, and Daniel and the Amins and the rest of the drivers, and of course Jonathan for the championship, and my team. I mean, Twisted Axle, as I mentioned, we have an expanded roster coming for next year. You saw a few of them here tonight, and looking forward to working with them next year. So, and yeah, so that's pretty well it. Thank you.
All right, Andrew St. Croix, you spilled the beans, my man. Appreciate you, and we'll hopefully talk to you again in the winner's circle next season.
All right, thank you.
I do not doubt that, not
Oh,
even
yeah.
a little bit.
Well, to me, I know. I know Kevin Thompson. I know Kevin Powell. A lot of drivers have been throwing, their hat into the ring, trying to see if they can take down Jonathan Jennings here. But Jennings coming away with the season championship here. Excellent race by him, and his consistency definitely paid off at least 5 wins this season. But Andrew St. Croix takes home the season finale on season 2. I appreciate each and every one of you guys who hang out here for the broadcast, as it has been a wonderful, wonderful season. That this has come to an end. Appreciate you guys joining us. Keep up to date at the DoghouseRacingLeague.com or there at SimTracksBroadcasting.com on the upcoming streams that we're going to be having with the Doghouse Racing League. As Andrew St. Croix spilled the beans, we will be returning next season. I'm so glad. I was nervous Doghouse might think we're not doing a good job here. I've been tumbling through a few side broadcasters along with me here, Stella and Douglas Ross as well. I appreciate you guys. I think I had Daniel Paulus here as well. But we're getting everything straightened out on our end, bringing you the best in iRacing broadcasting from all of us here at SimTrack Broadcasting. Stella here in the booth. Patrick Morrison signing off here. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see all you guys next time.